This is a Squiz podcast. We're your shortcut to being informed.
Hello and welcome to the Squiz Quiz of the Week. I'm Andrew Williams. I'm here once again to test your knowledge of the week in news. And I have two contestants in studio with me for you to test yourself against. First of all, we have my Squiz Shortcuts co-host and member of the Squiz family, Larissa Moore. Hello, Larissa.
Oh, hello. I'm getting increasingly nervous every week because I don't have a single run on the board yet.
No, and look, I don't know whether to predict which way this is going to go because we have a first-time contestant taking you on. Our special guest in the studio is Georgie Trickett. Hello, Georgie.
Hi, thank you for having me. I am also very nervous because this is like pub trivia, but on a podcast.
Yes, there's pretty much it.
Bright lights and video cameras and.
Now, Georgie, you're many things. You're a kids coach.
I am.
You're a mum, three
kids.
But the main reason you're here is because we both have a podcast.
We do.
Your podcast is Sportish. Tell us about it.
It's a weekly podcast. It comes out on a Wednesday called Sportish, and we talk about life through the lens of sport. So Lib and I both absolutely love sport, but we quite clearly come at it from very different perspectives. Mm-hmm. Lib being an elite athlete and Olympian.
Your sister-in-law, Libby Trickett.
Libby Trickett, the Olympian. And I am absolutely not an Olympian. I can't tumble turn to save myself. But I absolutely love sport and played sport a lot as a kid to a high level, but certainly not an Olympic one. And we just like bringing those, I guess, different perspectives to sport and also pulling through a lot of the conversations we're hearing from families about sport and the interaction that kids have with sport and making it a place where everyone feels like they can be involved in sports conversations.
Now, I can sympathise with you because we have something in common. My dad was an Olympian.
Oh, wow. So, I did not know that.
Yeah, just like bust out that Andrew Law at the last minute. Yeah, no, my dad was an Australian water polo player. So he went to Montreal in 1976. So being vastly inferior to a family member on a sporting level is something I know you were vastly inferior.
No, I am though. I'm very comfortable with that. I am
Me too. You
definitely the lesser in sporting prowess, but I'm proudly so.
Yeah, absolutely. So we share that in common. We also share in common, I listened one of your most recent episodes is about one of our joint obsessions. I don't think that's too strong a word. The Savannah Bananas.
I love that. I listened to your ep on that too.
Yeah, they're brilliant. So if you haven't heard of them, it's a baseball team, sort of an exhibition baseball team. So imagine the Harlem Globetrotters, but for baseball. And they play in bright yellow outfits and they play this variant of the game that's very entertaining called Banana Ball. And I mean, you talk about getting people involved in sport, getting kids especially interested in sport. They're just such a great example of that.
And such a massive example of how sport can be more than elite competition. Yeah. They are a bigger franchise than most of the major teams in the US. And I think that speaks to something and says what people are looking for in sport.
Absolutely. Hopefully they can come our way soon.
I know.
That'd
be exciting. So good.
An Australian tour. That's what we need. All right. We can't delay it any longer. We do have to do the quiz. As always, we have 8 questions. They are worth 1 point each, and whoever has the best score out of 8 at the end of the quiz will be the winner. If we don't have a winner, I do have a tiebreaker. Hopefully we don't need to use it because I can save it for another day. So we will write down your answers, and then I will ask you because we like to keep things very on point and very honest in this quiz. So let's start with question number 1. Okay, question 1. One of the big stories, one of the serious stories of last week was the hurricane in the Caribbean. Do you remember what that hurricane was called? What was the name of the hurricane that caused a lot of devastation in the Caribbean this week? You've both got an answer very quickly. Larissa, I'll start with you. I'll give you the honours.
Melissa.
Georgie, you both got that right. You're off to a start, doesn't it?
As long as we can get, Yeah. I always feel my shoulders just drop. I'm going, all right, I've at least got one.
Yeah. It's always, I mean, the naming conventions of hurricanes and storms and all that sort of thing is a fascinating process. And I think there was one that was going to be Cyclone Anthony in Australia. It might have been Alfred, actually, or it was around that
Something
time.
like that, yeah.
And then they went, no, it can't be Anthony because you can't have the PM. So
that's right. Yeah. That is exactly right. Yeah.
So that whole naming convention is really interesting, and it's always it's a devastating cyclone. It's called Melissa, and it feels kind of
personal.
A little bit discordant in a way.
We all know a Melissa.
Yeah.
They're usually not destructive people.
No,
Lovely people.
Exactly. All right, question number 2. Another big international story, particularly late last week, was the meeting between Chinese President Xi Jinping and US President Donald Trump in South Korea. In what type of building did that meeting take place? Now, don't worry, this is a multiple choice. I'm going to give you a multiple choice.
I was like, I know that the lots of the delegates at one of these summits had to be in cruise ships because there wasn't accommodation, but this one did not take place in a cruise ship.
No, it wasn't on a cruise ship. And luckily that isn't one of the options.
Okay. I'll let you ask the question.
One of the most common phrases on this quiz, aside from damn you, Andrew, one of the most other common phrases is, this is multiple choice. Oh, thank God.
Thank God. Exactly.
All right. A restaurant. B, a basketball arena. C, an airbase. D, an underground military bunker. In what type of building did the meeting between US President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping take place? Was it A, a restaurant, B, a basketball arena, C, an airbase, or D, an underground military bunker? Georgie.
Look, I wanted to say the basketball court, but I actually said an airbase because I felt like that could be secured.
Yeah, airbase.
You are both correct. Very well done. You successfully avoided the sporting red herring.
I did think,
well done.
I was on to you, Andrew.
Yeah.
It's all about picking how I think, right?
Correct.
So,
I fail at it spectacularly, but I'm going to keep going.
It's a tough job for anyone, believe me. Yes, they met on an airbase. There was sort of talk in advance there was going to be a trade deal and maybe something on TikTok. None of that really eventuated. There were sort of little bits and pieces, and they both seemed relatively happy with the meeting, but still no trade deal at time of recording anyway.
12 out of 10 meeting.
12, that's right. Trump was asked, what would you give it? 1 out of 10. 12.
Absolutely,
every time. Question number 3. According to a report by The Guardian, the Bureau of Meteorology's website redesign cost how much money in total? You will get options here. Is it A, $12 million, B, $33 million, C, $58 million, or D, $86 million? How much in total did the Bureau's website redesign cost? Now, this is not just how it looks on the front end. This is the full project.
Infrastructure.
And the infrastructure of the website. Is it A, $12 million, B, $33 million, C, $58 million, D, $86 million? Okay, Larissa.
I went D, $86 million.
Georgie.
C, $58 million.
D is correct. It is $86 million.
And are they going to roll it back?
Well, I think they're going to make some changes.
To the colour coding? So that we know if it's going to hail.
Yes, exactly.
And recently, you're from Queensland.
Yes.
Needing to know this info.
It's so important. And lots of people in Brisbane were caught out with the storms that came through recently because the colour coding had completely changed.
Yeah, you've had a year in Queensland, haven't you, this year, weather-wise? It's been...
We're big into cyclones and very damaging storms.
Yeah. So the Bureau's website's pretty important. $86 million is correct. So this is part of a bigger overhaul called Robust. So it's not just like how it looks on the front. They are going to make changes to it. But according to the Guardian's report, all of that work, including a lot of advice from consultants, which apparently the bulk of that money went on, like $78 million worth of it, is where that money went, including the redesign. So, and the government's told them to fix it. So it has not gone well.
No.
How much effort did you put into the branding for Sportish? Was it $86 million worth?
Oh, gosh. I think we overestimate how much money comes from podcasting.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, boy, do we.
No, nowhere near that. Imagine what you could do with that amount of money.
Just an incredible amount. Very well done to Larissa. You have a lead. I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but you do have
let's not jinx it.
Strong.
A 1-point lead. Question number 4. What is the name of the venue that Prince Andrew, or now ex-Prince Andrew, just Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, was forced to move out of by King Charles last Friday morning at the same time that he was stripped of his royal title? So I'm going to give you the first half of this venue. I just need you to give me the last word. So it's the Royal something, the Royal blank. He's been living in it for a while and he now can no longer live in it. And neither can Sarah Ferguson.
Fergie.
Yeah, Sarah Ferguson.
I have a slight advantage here because Andrew and I did a shortcut on it.
It's all right. The sport questions are coming.
So I'm waiting for the sport questions.
Do you both have a guess?
I've had a guess.
Okay. Georgie, you didn't look super confident on this one. Maybe you and I, maybe not so strong on the Royals as we are on sport.
I'm not particularly on top of the Royals. I felt like it was on the grounds of Windsor Castle, but that's as far as I can get.
Okay. What's your
Literally Windsor Castle.
Okay. Yeah.
The Royal Windsor Castle. I went the Royal Lodge.
Yes, it was the Royal Lodge. So he's been living there for a while, and but no longer. And he's been cast out. It's going to live in Sandringham, Larissa. That is on. The key difference there is that that's on the royal family's dime. Or penny. or
pound?
I don't know. Pound. Pound's a better word. That's on the royal family's pound. Yeah, that's where he's gone now. And he's lost all his titles.
Fascinating that a house that has so many bedrooms and bathrooms could be referred to as a lodge.
I know.
It's just a little cottage.
It's a chalet.
Just a small
the royal
little,
chalet.
Small
Not
little
quite.
lodge.
It's a bigger house than I've ever seen.
Mansion.
Yeah, exactly. So very well done, Larissa. You have a 2-point lead. We're going to the halftime break, but I do have bad news for you in that in the back half of the quiz, we have questions not only about Queensland, but also about sport.
Georgie, the run begins.
So just picture yourself, you're turning for the last 50 and you're trying to mow down the person in front of you. All right, we will be back with the rest of the questions for the quiz right after this. All right, let's move into question number 5. It's not often that the Queensland Education Department makes national news, but they did in the last week or so after students were given the wrong topic for their final exams. What specific 2-word subject were those students studying that they were given the wrong topic for? So I'm looking for a 2-word subject, not the topic that they were given incorrectly, but the subject that they were studying. Georgie, I'll start with you this time.
Ancient history.
Larissa.
Ancient history.
You are both correct. Very well done. Yes, so they were supposed to study Julius Caesar, but they ended up studying Emperor Augustus. And I think it's about 140 kids had to go back and...
Yeah,
9 schools.
9 schools, yeah.
Didn't every parent's heart break for the kids where you think, oh gosh, and if I was a kid doing that would have sent me.
Absolutely.
I'd have been done.
On the flip side, it's a great preparation for university.
That's
where
true.
You will there will be days when you've only got 3 days to get ready for an exam and you will get it done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or in many cases at my university times, the night before. Just pretty much overnight. Just see how it goes. Were you diligent studiers for your final exams?
Oh, a mix. HSC studied, but there was a lot of last minute cramming. University, absolutely last minute.
Yeah.
Poor efforts on my behalf. Got through, P's make degrees, but anyway.
I do. I was a bit of a nerd at school, I have to admit, and at university, but I did reach a point where I realised you could just start.
Yeah. Take the pedal off a little.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just winging it a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Exactly right. Ancient history, you are both absolutely correct. Very well done. Larissa, you still have a 2-point lead as we head into question number 6. This is a little trickier because the answer for this is not in the Squiz necessarily. This requires a little bit of general knowledge. I'm just going to warn you in advance, everyone.
I hope it's not Libby's gold medals.
Oh, goodness. I don't know that either.
No, exactly. Yeah. No, I wouldn't put that much pressure on you. That would be very unfair. A big sporting event that took place over the weekend was the New York Marathon. It's one of the 7 world marathon majors, which are the 7 biggest races on the marathon calendar. Sydney joined that list of 7. You might have worked out where this question is going. For half a point each, I would like to know 2 of the other marathons in the 7, the cities in which they take place. So of the 7 world marathon majors, 1 is New York, 1 is Sydney. I need 2 of the other 5 for half a point each. I think our first ever half-point question.
The thing I hate sometimes about your quiz questions, Andrew.
I can't get enough of hearing sentences that start that way.
Is when you're asking the question and you list out all the things I only knew, and you're like, well, okay, so now I'm screwed.
Yes, I do have a habit of doing that.
Sydney was the 7th marathon, I know.
Yeah.
I also remembered that the winners were only separated by 0.003 of a second.
That's ridiculous.
Photo finish.
How do you
in a marathon?
A marathon.
And they were Kenyan.
Yes.
These are the things I remembered thinking he'd go that way.
Them down, ready to go.
But no, he goes elsewhere.
It was incredible. I mean, I can't imagine not only actually running the marathon itself, but all the training you would do for it. And then it comes down to like a gust of wind between the two of you.
Your
in terms
hair
of who
drifting
finishes
across
first.
the finish line.
Yeah. Okay, Larissa, what 2 cities have you given me?
London and Boston.
Georgie?
I had London and Berlin.
You are both correct. You are both correct. Very well done. The other
I had
2 that
nothing
you didn't...
outside of those my 2.
The other 2 that you didn't mention were Chicago and Tokyo.
Okay.
So it's Sydney, New York, Berlin, Chicago, Boston, London, and Tokyo.
So 3 in the States.
Three in the States.
Marathon running a very American thing?
I don't think so. I think they get like big crowds. There's a lot of money in them. They're, going to Boston, going to New York's very appealing, as it would be to London and Tokyo as well. It's kind of amazing that Sydney's on that list. I mean, I know they've been working towards it for a long time. That was a big campaign. Yeah.
It's a nice bridge to run over.
It's amazing.
It's a pretty picturesque city to run around.
42 kilometres, that's what's going through your mind.
Yeah,
and huge for tourism as well. The economic impact is unreal.
It's a great event, and now one of the big 7. So very well done to you both. Another sport question now. No multiple choice here. Question number 7 is, on Saturday, Willa Pearson became the youngest ever player in A-League history. That's both the men's and women's A-League. So the youngest ever person to play in the A-League when she took the field for Sydney FC. How old is she? So I don't need the days, just the years. How old would the youngest person to have ever played in either A-League be?
This is the music I make when I'm making something up in my head.
There's like the Sale of the Century thinking music, the Jeopardy music. Just for this bit, we need to put that in.
I need that stalling conversation, stalling small talk that I have when I
any consolation, I'm also guessing, because while I clocked it, I did not take note of her age.
It's a tricky one. But I mean, I think you can probably sort of work it out based on, when people start to play soccer and how young you'd have to be the youngest ever. What have you gone with, Georgie?
I've gone with 15.
I went 16. Having scribbled
14.
out 4.
She's 14.
I scribbled out 14, thinking maybe there'd be age limits to.
So, Georgie, you were quite close because she's 14 in 312 days, I think it is. So she's not very far away from 15. But yeah, she's 14 years old. I can't imagine doing anything at a high level at the age of 14, let alone playing on Holly McNamara, who's a Matilda, which is what she did, and held her to no goals. I mean, that's less of a stat in football, but yeah, it was still an incredible performance, and 2-2 draw versus Melbourne
legend.
City. Yeah.
What a debut.
Yeah, incredible. And I watched the post-match interview, and the interviewer asked her, is the dream Matildas? And I was before she even got a chance to answer, of course it is.
Yeah. Don't be ridiculous.
Of course it is.
And probably
my
achievable.
dream is the Matildas. I don't think I'm going to get there for some reason.
It's everyone's dream.
But it's everyone's dream, yeah.
You could be the oldest and a man to be taking the field for the Matildas. Everyone's got a dream.
That'd be a popular choice, right? That'd go down well. She's 14 years old. Remarkable. So well done to Willa Pearson. All right. We'll move on to question number 8. Larissa, you'll be glad to know you do have an unassailable lead because it was just the royal question.
The royal
I'm so
lodge,
sorry.
The castle, he's
But question number 8 is maybe my favourite story that we did on the Squiz this week, although I didn't get to do it. Which Oasis song was being performed when Noel Gallagher took issue with the Australian accent at the band's Melbourne concert? Was it A, Stop Crying Your Heart Out, B, Don't Look Back in Anger, C, Champagne Supernova, or D, Wonderwall? Question number 8. Which Oasis song was being performed when Noel Gallagher took issue with the Australian accent at the band's Melbourne concert? Was it A, Stop Crying Your Heart Out, B, Don't Look Back in Anger, C, Champagne Supernova, or D, Wonderwall? Larissa, do you remember this?
B, Don't Look Back in Anger.
Georgia?
I also said B.
You are both correct. Very well done. Yes, Don't Look Back in Anger. So we're saying it so it's sort of like an A on the end. Apparently, they say it perfectly with an ER.
Really?
But I went back and listened to the song.
I was like, yeah.
I'm not convinced.
I was like, I thought it was quite kind of aligned. I'm not going to sing it.
They sound very similar to me. But anyway, to a fine ear of a musician, maybe not.
And the fine accents of the Gallagher brothers.
With their very strong accents themselves.
Don't look back in anger.
I guess
maybe
that wasn't bad. Yeah.
That's spot on.
Yeah, maybe it's more of an than an We're getting into really finer points of elocution here, but that was the song. He was asking why the crowd was singing anger as opposed to anger or anger. So, that was a funny moment. Less funny when they let off a flare.
Well, I did think that's where the question was going. Yeah. I was ready.
No, Champagne Supernova, me too.
See, I zig when you think I'm going to zag and vice versa, right?
So unpredictable.
But you both did very well. I think the end score, I think Larissa got 7 out of 8, which is very good. Georgie, 5 out of 8. That's...
look, there's work to be done there.
There's work to be done. Well, you can come back.
I would love to come back
and have another go. There's always the opportunity. Speaking of having another go, again, where can people find Sportish And it's just anywhere you can find a decent podcast.
Anywhere you can find your podcast, we will be there every Wednesday having lots of different sporting conversations. This week we've got a great chat with Beck Rippon, who's the Australian water polo coach and a former, not a former Olympian, and an Olympian. You're never a former Olympian.
No, that's true.
All about what it looks like for kids playing water polo at the moment in Australia.
Yeah, well, I'll put my dad onto it. Because he'll probably be really interested in that conversation as a former water polo coach as well. So,
wow.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming in, Georgie.
Absolute
Lots of fun
pleasure.
having you. Welcome back anytime. Larissa, thank you as always for braving.
Well done, Larissa.
Finally getting a run on the board. I know.
Overcoming your fears to come back in the studio.
I feel like I've got a leg to stand on now. I can make a return appearance another day.
Exactly.
But just wanted to say I also love your podcast. It gets me up to speed on women's sport too, which I love that you obviously highlight that, and your Insta's a good follow too. So we'll put links to those in the show notes.
Absolutely, we will. So you can go and find Sportish there. And thank you for playing along. If you enjoy this podcast, please go on the News Club Apple Podcasts site or find us on Spotify and give us a good review. 5-star reviews, they help us out no end. They help other people find the show. So we would appreciate it very much. And let us know what you scored. Did you beat our in-studio contestants? We always love to hear that information. You can hit us up at hello@thesquiz.com.au. Until next time.